What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Gameday Playbook Show. It is John Impemba with Andrew Cooper. It is NFL Week 8. Fantasy Football Week 8 is here. No bye weeks, full complement of players. Some key news to talk about, maybe some weather issues. We'll have to dive into some of that. And, of course, we are here for all of you to answer your questions for the next hour, taking you right into the NFL inactives for today, give you all the headlines, storylines, and whatever breaking news comes through. But of course, as always, this show is here for you, and our chat is already bumping. Lewis in there, Coulter, Paul from Georgia, Catherine, Colby, and Don, of course. Excellence 1906, Mile High Luke. We see all of you. We're going to answer your questions here today. You only got to enter them once. I promise you, we will go down the list, hit them one by one, get those for you guys, get you guys ready for NFL Week 8, and get you guys ready to dominate in your fantasy football and DFS leagues. We had a great week 7 here at Fantasy Alarm, both seasonal and DFS, and we're looking to continue that here today. Coop, my guy, man, how are we doing?
Dude, I feel like everybody week 7 won like $4 or $5 grand in our Discord except me. You know what I mean?
You gotta play more, Coop. You gotta play more.
I play plenty, dude. I mean, like on Thursdays games, I had $63 worth of entries in, and I won 65.
Imagine Dalton Kincaid could just extend.
I know, so close, man. And I'll tell you, we look around, it's like, NASCAR playoffs, the World Series, hockey's back, basketball's back. The NFL says, hold my beer. Right. No bye weeks this week. Everybody's playing. Yep, they want to protect the wall. I love it. You love it. So let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's just jump into it again. Some of the top storylines for today. I just want to talk about it now. Mile High Luke already has it in the chat as well. Yesterday, Adam Schefter sent Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, a buzz about the weather report that was supposed to be hitting Denver during today's game. He said it's going to be 20 degrees with a potentially down to 13 with 2 feet of snow and all this other stuff. And then it comes out as like, oh, by the way, that is actually happening overnight. There's going to be like no precipitation during the game. It's just going to be cold. The field could be hard. The field could be slick. We know when it gets cold, it might be a little bit difficult to grip the football. But all in all, weather should not be a factor in this game. It's not going to be windy. Again, it's just going to be cold. These are football players. They've played in the cold before, especially the Broncos and Chiefs. It gets cold out there in the Midwest. So I'm not too worried about the weather. I'm not avoiding anybody in these games here, and neither should you.
I'll tell you what. Here's the truth here is that most times the snow and field conditions like this are better for the offense, right? It's like the defense, those are the guys that have to make changes on the fly, change direction on the fly. The offense knows what the play is, right? Tom Brady hung 59 points on the Titans in a snow game. LaShawn McCoy, every time it snowed, the two games where McCoy played where it was actual like whiteout conditions, he totaled almost 400 yards in those 2 games combined. Like, it's good for the offense and it's good for what we do, which is fantasy football. So this I'm not doing anything with this. It's wind we care about. It's torrential rain. This weather.
If it's not monsoon or gale force winds, weather largely gets overblown. And sometimes we're guilty of that too. We'll sit here like, it's going to rain. It's going to be 20 miles an hour. It's like, what if the ball gets the right trajectory and the right wind gusts? These are humongous stadiums. So most of these block the wind anyways, and we kind of overplay it. Our chat is bumping though. So if any more news, anything you want to hit on before we get into this today?
No, that's it. Jerome Ford is a game time decision. So we might have some tough decisions on that. Keep that in mind with your questions that, we're not going to have a Jerome Ford information before he plays at 4:00. So you might have to just start 1:00 players if you don't have pivots. If you have Jerome Ford questions or Kareem Hunt questions, let us know what your pivot options are, please.
Right. Give us the complete question. And if you can, first and last names, because there's a lot of Smiths, a lot of Walkers, a lot of Johnsons, just like.
Yeah, and please, with B. Robinson doesn't help either. We need Bijan or Brian with those ones. But
exactly.
Hey,
so those are the ground rules, but let's get into it. Our guy Lewis kicks us off here today. First question. half PPR need one. Downs, Waller, Dubs, Freeman, Bourne, or Tank Dell.
I am so all in on Josh Downs this week. You cannot convince me differently. It's everyone has scored a touchdown on Alontae Taylor this year. Now he's playing, but with a hip injury. They have Marshawn Lattimore on the outside. They have Demario Davis over the middle. They have, they have the Honey Badger back there. I think Josh Downs is one of the safest plays you can make this week. So I'm going Downs, even though I like a lot of those other players.
Yeah, Tank Dell I think is in a great spot as well, but
So
it's hard to argue Downs given the matchup. For
Waller's
sure.
in a great spot too. So is Bourne, but Josh Downs is he's my play of the week. So a lot of these
I was listening to you on Sirius XM, Coop. I heard you glowingly talking about Josh Downs there. Coulter needs a running back because Monty and Moss are out. Well, Moss isn't out, right? He's just a little banged up, but he's got Donta Foreman or Cam Akers. So of the group there, which way would we lean today, Coop?
Yeah, I mean, even if Moss is a go, he's got the Saints. That's a really tough matchup, man.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with Foreman. Foreman looked really good last week, and if you get people don't realize he actually only got half the work. In fact, Darrington Evans played more snaps than Foreman last week. He was just much more efficient, and I think that even a split with Roschon Johnson, you're going to see some efficiency from Foreman.
Yeah, they can move Roschon right kind of into that third down pass catching. Basically, use Roschon Johnson to replace Darrington Evans and keep Donta Foreman as the lead back there. Paul from Georgia, need a flex. Josh Palmer or Kendrick Bourne? Issue with this one, Coop. Late game for Josh Palmer. He is questionable to play. If you don't have a replacement for Josh Palmer, you can't eat the zero. We do like Kendrick Bourne. Jalen Ramsey has tweeted officially that he will play today after crapping all over. I think it was Rappaport or Schefter on Thursday saying he was going to play. Right. He is actually playing today. Any interest here in waiting out the Palmer news, or are you just playing Bourne because it's safer?
I think if you have access to Quentin Johnston, then I would take the risk with Palmer, but I'm probably just going to start Kendrick Bourne because Kendrick Bourne's a good play. I mean, we like Kendrick Bourne.
I agree with you. Go Kendrick Bourne there. Just too risky for Palmer unless we get some news before roster lock there. Catherine has Devontae Adams, Addison, and Kirk in a non-PPR. Who do I play? Also, Bourne, Lockett in a PPR. Who do I choose there? So need to pick one of Adams, Addison, and Kirk in a non-PPR.
Jeez. So if you can only start one of those guys, it's still going to be Devontae Adams for me going up against the Lions. But my even more important advice would be to try and do a 2-for-1 trade. If you have all those guys, Bourne, Lockett, take Addison and Bourne.
It looks like a different league. So Bourne and Lockett's in a PPR. Adams,
Addison, different one.
Kirk. But
even the other one,
unless it's a one wide receiver league, like this is a loaded wide receiver group for you. If this is where your sit decision is on two of those people.
Yeah, for sure. Bourne versus Lockett in PPR. I think I like Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, Lockett not seemingly 100%, even though they did say he's going to play today. So go Adams and Bourne here today, Catherine. Good drafting.
How many times has Tyler Lockett played banged up and just been a decoy though? That's like his signature move.
Right. Yeah, JSN probably looking pretty good here today potentially. Colby says he needs to start one at an RB2 here spot. Hunt, Pierce, Foreman, or Roschon Johnson.
Okay. See, this is exactly the situation.
We don't know the Kareem Hunt Ford news yet. So
yeah. What I would do though is because Foreman and Rojo play at night, I'm not going to start Dameon Pierce because I'm a little worried that Singletary looked better than him last week. I think what you do is if Jerome Ford is out, you start Kareem Hunt. Otherwise, I think I would start Foreman.
Yeah, that's probably the direction I go as well. And Dunn says, good morning to us. Good morning to you, Ann, as well. Excellence 1906. Got a couple of questions for us. First one, Ayuk or Addison in the PPR?
Addison with no Debo. Got to go there.
Ayuk with no Debo?
That's what I said in my head, and then when my mouth said Addison. Ayuk with no Debo.
Ayuk with no Debo there for excellence. And his follow-up here, Dell or Gus Edwards in a flex in the PPR league?
Ooh, that's good. I like Gus this week, but I think Dell with no Robert Woods is in the smash.
I'm going to take Dell here. My worry about Gus Edwards this week is that if he doesn't score, like what good are his 8 points?
Empty carries, right? Yeah,
right?
Justice Hill.
He doesn't catch the football, though. He did have an 80-yard catch last week. Not likely to repeat that. So
no,
I got to go Dell here for sure.
Yeah. Dell's way.
Mark wants to know Sanders or Brian Robinson in a PPR.
That's tough, man, because we've been told already that Sanders isn't going to get the full work, but Brian Robinson is going up against the Eagles, man. I think I might go I think I'm going to go Miles Sanders here.
Sanders still catches the football. So I'm going to, I mean, so does Brian Robinson, but not at the level we've seen Sanders this year.
No.
And the change in offensive play calling, I think, is super interesting, maybe for the benefit of Miles Sanders here today. So I'm in there. Yeah. Luke says, good morning, and then gave us that weather report earlier. I agree. For those of you just tuning in, Mile High Luke lives in Denver, so it can't get any better of a weather report here. Not really snowing anymore. It's just super cold. So
we got boots on the ground out there. With
gotta love it. Let's have him call in, give us the report from the stadium parking lot.
That's right. Throw a football. Send us a video. You throwing a football.
Yeah. Full PPR flex. Pittman, Pierce, Ridley, and Myers already playing Devontae Adams.
Okay, so Pittman it would normally be Pittman for sure, but he's got
Marshawn Lattimore though.
Marshawn Lattimore. So I think we're gonna do Ridley. Ridley is one of Howard Bender's big plays today, so I like Calvin Ridley today.
Okay, Myers has been really good, man.
He has been. Man.
He's even been outplaying at Devontae Adams. So
just a lot of weight. Did you see what Devontae Adams said this week?
No,
dude. He said
he's upset.
Like he told us exactly how he feels. He said that if it weren't for Derek Carr, I wouldn't be here. So it's kind of sad that he's no longer here, which is just like, ouch, man. Well, that's gotta hurt your feelings if you're Jimmy G a little bit.
I would, yeah. Well, Jimmy G doesn't throw downfield. So Tyler Boyd, Curtis Samuel for flex play here. Yeah, Samuel, right? You
got to go Samuel because Boyd's got the 49ers.
Yeah, and he's the third wide receiver on that team. So
that's right.
But Ayuk or Puka in a PPR.
That's a tough one, man, but I can't go away from Puka Nacua right now.
I was going to say, I still like Puka Nacua. I know people are like, well, it could be a Cooper Cup week. It could be, or it could be last week again where it was a Puka Nacua. So,
we act like it's the end of the world that the other guy only gets, I don't know, 6 catches, right? It's like one guy, even if one guy gets 12 targets, the other guy gets 6. I mean, that's not 6 targets is pretty damn good. You know what I mean? Like, so I think Puka Nacua
I like Brandon Ayuk, obviously, but I just don't know what like Purdy's value is here. And Ayuk's ceiling hasn't been that great because he's not scoring. If they get in the red zone, they're like, here you go, Christian, and he just runs it in. So
and you're gonna have no Trent Williams today, right? And Trey Hendrickson has been getting after the quarterback. 7 sacks, John. 7 sacks. That's going to be.
I watched him torture Matt Stafford in that game. So
tied for 3rd or 4th, I think, in the league right now. Hendrickson. So be careful there.
Half PPR for our guy AA here: Darrell Henderson, Rashee Rice, Curtis Samuel, DeAndre Hopkins today.
My head says start the running back, but my heart says start Rashee Rice. What do you think, John?
Well, Justin Watson's back today, Coop. So we're now on snap count watch. What does Rashee Rice do with Watson and Mecole Hardman on the roster here? I pray, after how he has performed through 7 weeks, that they don't dump him back down to like 49% snap share. No. Let the man be on the field. He's clearly your number 1 wide receiver on the team.
Noted blocking wide receiver Justin Watson, dude.
Yeah,
eating up useless snaps.
38% snap share for Justin Watson this year. I'm still gonna go Rashee Rice though. But
Rashee Rice is where I'm going to. I just wanted your permission to go there.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna go there. I'm just upset, or I'm preparing to be upset by the.
We're ready to be hurt again.
I'm ready to be hurt again. Ethan wants to know Dell Henderson or Bourne.
Oh man.
He's looking for a safer play after Thursday. Listen, Thursday was just one game. Anything can happen today. Don't go safe unless you're up. No, take that back. Don't go safe. Play the best players. I'm going to go Tank Dell here.
Tank Dell. No Robert Woods, man. It's a good spot for him. And, we're trying to get as many Texans in there because the Panthers are missing J.C. Horn. They're missing Jeremy Chin. They're missing Von Bell. Like, this
Brian Burns may also not play today, Coop. I don't know if you saw that he's questionable to play. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did not practice Friday after a limited Thursday practice. He's their best pass rusher. So,
it used to be that you could run on this team, but you couldn't throw on them. Right now, you can do whatever the hell you want. So
whatever you want.
Yeah, if you guys play DFS, and I know a lot of you guys do, the CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Tank Dell stacks, they were absolutely on the table this week.
Oh, 100%. And I'm going to quickly pull up while I was doing some research last night for our the value video that I do over at Fantasy Alarm. Defense versus receiver this year. The Carolina Panthers DVOA against wide receiver 1s on the year, Coop. Again, our perception has always been that they've been strong. They ranked 26 in DVOA against a team's wide receiver one. So Nico Collins for me was already a full send. And then I saw that number and I was like, Nico Collins all day today.
And people are going to be off Nico without realizing he just played AJ Terrell. He just played Marshawn Lattimore, right? So like you get that benefit, man.
I love that. Hal says good morning. Dan, our friend here, says good morning. Benjamin here wants to know bench one.
Oh,
Kamara, Eckler, Hall, or Gibbs? I think it's Gibbs.
I think it's got to be Gibbs, man. That's a wagon. That is an absolute wagon. I tell you what, why it's got to be Gibbs is that Craig Reynolds was banged up last week. I don't think they want to give Jahmyr Gibbs the work they gave him last week. They don't want to do that. They want to split
it. You're not starting him over to the other three, right?
No, you can't. Not right now.
I mean, it would be Kamara and Eckler 100% for sure for me are playing. You would have to decide between Hall and Gibbs, and I mean, everybody thinks Breece Hall is in to just dominate the Giants today. So
yeah. You gotta bench Gibbs. Crazy, good drafting, dude. It's a good team.
Yeah, I agree. Ann wants to know Javonte, Pierce, Thomas, or Amari.
I'm not starting Pierce, definitely of that crew. And I don't know if I'm starting Amari with PJ Walker either. So it's Javonte or Michael Thomas for me. Michael Thomas is a safe play, but I don't know. I'm starting to believe in Javonte a little bit. What do you think, John?
I still like Amari Cooper. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, with Peach against the Seahawks.
Yeah, listen, look what he did. PJ Walker's quarterback against 49ers when Amari Cooper went for like 5 for 130. So I don't think that's really an issue. You also have to remember last week, PJ Walker was playing second string reps. They had prepared Deshaun Watson to be the starting quarterback for that week. We knew this week that it wasn't going to be Deshaun Watson. So give Walker a week of practice with the ones and the game plan with the ones. And I'm willing to go there. For me, it'd either be the two wide receivers. Thomas, if you think he's over that illness against the Colts, or it's Amari Cooper for me.
Yeah, I go with him. Amari Cooper's got the bigger upside. Michael Thomas is so safe, but like his ceiling, he's not just going to like have a ton of yak, right? Like he's good. He's like 8-9 targets, 50, 60 yards.
Throwing some better football sometimes. Right. I mean, against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, Carr was trying to throw these fades to him, but he's throwing line drives. I'm like, that's not how you throw that route. And then he finally threw like a semi-good ball, and Michael Thomas just came down with it because he's Michael Thomas. So, if anything, if there was anything there for Thomas here, this is definitely a good week. I think the Saints are a sneaky DFS stack tonight. Carr is super cheap in DraftKings. He's 5,500. Olave, Michael Thomas is under $5,000. Right. So, if you think that Colts pass defense is bad, you can go there. Lewis here wants to know, need 1 point for every 5 catches. Need 1 flex for Foreman, Roschon, Henderson, Dubs, down Lockett. We're going downs here.
That's a the perfect format for a guy like Josh Downs. Extra points for more catches. That's the exact guy you got there.
Paul, we answered this one for you already. We're going to go Kendrick Bourne here. Just can't wait out the injury news of Palmer. McCoy used to wear the long cleats. Got to dig into the hard ground, my friend, for sure. The way to go. Plus, when it gets cold, the defenses don't like to hit. That's why, like LeGarrette Blount and Derrick Henry and all these guys. Once we hit November, those second half of the seasons, those guys just run over people. It gets too cold to tackle. We need 1 in a PPR. DJ Moore, Adam Thielen, Zay Flowers. I mean, Thielen has been putting up Cooper Kupp level production this year. Now, that's not even hyperbole. Literally, look at the numbers and see what his catches and points are. Zay Flowers is going to be the most popular wide receiver in DFS today. And then you have DJ Moore. So I'm not in on DJ Moore, but thoughts on Thielen or Flowers here?
It's Thielen, man. I mean, he's the focal point of the offense.
100%. Plus, again, new offensive coordinator. I think they're going to do some good things there today.
Yep.
Timbuk2 needs to. A lot of last. Taylor, Walker, Kamara. And do I sit a New Orleans defense and play Seattle? So Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara. Kenneth Walker going up against the Cleveland Browns defense today. Taylor gets the Saints. Kamara obviously gets Indy. You're certainly playing Kamara. How are you breaking down the Taylor Walker here, Coop?
It's bad matchups for both of them, but the reality is Walker's getting the bulk of the work, whereas Taylor, they split it right down the middle. They split 30 snaps for Taylor, 30 snaps for Moss. I know Moss is a little nicked up, but I don't trust it right now. Whereas I do trust Kenneth Walker to get the bulk of the work. So I'm going to go Walker and Kamara. And for the defense, I think I'm just going to I'm going to go with the Saints against Minshew. I don't like getting cute with Seattle, and I don't know. Actually, I mean, what do you think, Howard? Sorry, John. What do you think on that?
I was gonna say Howard's in the chat.
I was just on the show with
Howard will answer the question. I see.
I was just on the show with Howard before this one. Yeah, what do you think on
Howard just pop up on
Seattle or New Orleans? New Orleans defense has been so good, but those guys, there's like a bug going through the locker room. Like a bunch of those guys are sick.
I'm still gonna go the New Orleans defense, though. I think they turn the ball over, they get after the quarterback. It's where I'm gonna play today. Let's see, where was I on these questions? There we go. Byron wants to know, happy Sunday, Stafford or Purdy?
Stafford for sure. Purdy, I'm worried about the 49ers today. I think this could be a trap game for them. I'm willing to bet on the Bengals I'll take the points, but I think they could outright win the game. So a little bit worried about Purdy.
And then a standard scoring question, Waddle or Addison?
In standard scoring, I think I'm going to go Addison. And the thing with Waddle, he's got this back issue that, I mean, he left the game for a big chunk last week. He ended up being like fourth on the team in snaps at the end of the day, behind Braxton Berrios, Cedric Wilson, and Tyreek Hill because of this back thing. I don't like it.
Here's the interesting thing about the Patriots defense, right? In terms of DVOA against the position. Against teams wide receiver number one, the Patriots, Coop, rank number one in DVOA defense.
Damn.
They absolutely shut down teams' number one wide receivers. Here's what they do against the rest of the team's wide receivers. Wide receiver twos, they rank 28th. Wide receiver threes, they rank 31st. Tight ends, they rank 29th. So they are shutting down every single wide receiver one. Tyreek Hill in week 2 only had 40 yards receiving. His touchdown catch was a goal line play. It wasn't a deep pass. Jalen Waddle got hurt in that Patriots game. Right. So, if you're thinking about DVOA, they're going to shut down Tyreek Hill. Now, the Patriots have since changed up their secondary. They have J.C. Jackson. They got Jack Jones back. Right. We'll see. But defensively, against every other wide receiver on the team, they have struggled this year.
Yeah, well, when they played Tyreek Hill last, they had Christian Gonzalez. I guess there's also the narrative that Addison, he's probably not going to be shadowed by Jair Alexander, but he's going to see enough Jair Alexander. I mean, if Waddle didn't have a hurt back, then it would be a lot easier. I don't know.
I just think those numbers are kind of glaring because we know the one thing we always say about Bill Belichick, he takes away the one player that beats you. And it's always been Tyreek Hill. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's one of the reasons why I think the Patriots have an actual chance here. If Waddle's banged up and Hill gets shut down, what do they do against New England?
I picked the Pats to win today, straight up.
Bold.
Did
you bet the money line?
I said it on the show that I have money. I bet solid money on the spread, and I sprinkled the money line.
Sprinkled the money line. All right. And what's known in a PPR: Palmer, Samuel, Cooks, or Moore.
Which Samuel? Oh, Debo's out. I think I would start Curtis Samuel. He's been pretty solid, man. Gets a carry every once in a while. It would be Palmer if we knew he was going to play, but we don't
100%,
know.
100%.
Yeah. Well, actually, the 49. Yeah, no, you can't wait. You can't wait.
Kate wants to know: Love, Purdy, or Goff today?
I think I'm leaning Goff, but what do you think, John? You're the QB whisperer.
It's probably Goff for me today. It'd be him or Love. Listen, Purdy's fine, but again, the touchdowns are just going to McCaffrey right now. So,
right.
Here's one, Coop.
What you got?
Puka or down?
It's got to be Puka.
Your favorite wide receiver versus Puka Nacua.
You can't go that far. We can't go that far. I have both of them in the wide receiver 2 range, but I think Josh Downs I snuck in at like wide receiver 23 or 24, whereas Puka Nacua for me is closer to he's borderline wide receiver 1, man. Yeah, that kind of plays. So you gotta go Puka Nacua.
I hear you. Steven wants to know Rice or Metcalf in a 1-point PPR.
I mean, I like Metcalf. I think he's finally healthy here, but yeah, I'm gonna go Metcalf.
That's fine. I'm good with that play. Especially if Lockett's not 100%. Like Metcalf could just get peppered with targets here. I gotta go Sutton here, Fatty. Can't wait out the Josh Palmer news, unfortunately.
Well, Sutton plays at 4:00. So if you hear definitively that Josh Palmer is full go, no designation, no nothing, then maybe go with Palmer, but it's probably Sutton.
Seeing a video right now on Twitter, Coop, of Aaron Rodgers on the field doing passing drills. Does Aaron Rodgers come back and play this year?
What a hardo, dude. What a hardo. I will tell you. Yeah, I looked at some information on that though, and people. I had a buddy that tore his Achilles, and he was walking around in a boot like pretty quickly, oddly quickly. And apparently you can do that with the Achilles. It's
They
like
said that if he was to come back and play, he would have to beat the earliest ever recovery time by like 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Just to play in the Super Bowl. So like
it's not happening.
It would, and he said as much. Like it's very unrealistic for him to expect to come back, but he's trying. Leah wants to know Ford, Roshan, or Judy start one. Got a couple 4:00 games here, so you could wait out the Ford news.
Yeah, wait out the Ford news, but I don't know, man.
It'd be Judy for me if I had to pick one of the. If not Ford, who I don't really care for much anyways, but if not Ford, Judy for me.
Yeah, do it. I would plan on playing Judy, but you can wait. That both games are 4:00. So
yep. Jeff wants to know Downs or Pacheco and a PPR flex.
Now you got to start Isaiah Pacheco. I'm trying to get Downs in as many lineups as possible, but Isaiah Pacheco is like he's getting 75% of the touches. They're going up against one of the, if not the worst defenses in the league, in the Denver Broncos. It's got to be Pacheco.
He ran for touchdown against them in that 3 weeks ago game, whatever it was. So
yep.
Our overall thoughts on Courtland Sutton here, Fatty. He wants to know.
I'm hoping one of him or Judy gets traded. I'm hoping that Jerry Judy gets traded, and then it's going to be Sutton and Marvin Mims. I think that would be the best setup for fantasy football.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as he doesn't get traded to the Panthers, because I do have Adam Thielen on 18, and he is carrying me right now. Gibbs or Hunt? You got to go Gibbs here.
Gibbs for sure.
Roshan and Goddard, Coop in the PPR.
I think I'm going to start Goddard. I mean, here's the thing with Goddard. Last year, he led the league all tight ends in screen passes, right? And that was his bread and butter. Over the first 5 games, he only had 4 total. And Evan Ingram was like just crushing with screen passes. Over the last 2 games, he's gotten 6. So he went from getting less than 1 a game to getting 3 a game for the last 2 games. So Goddard, the screens are back on the menu, which means Dallas Goedert is a very safe PPR play.
Sure. Lewis wants to know 1 point PPR, 1 flex. Henderson, Downs, Dubs, Palmer. Quentin Johnson is available if Palmer doesn't play here.
Even then, I think I want to. Well, we're definitely going Downs because he needs.
One, so.
Oh yeah, just go Downs, man. If Josh Downs has a bad game today, you can tag me on Twitter at Coupe Fiasco. You can put the blame on me, but I'll tell you, conditions are perfect, right? Like he's going against a guy. I took every corner and safety in the league on Pro Football Focus, and I put them all in one bucket. And then I looked at the grades. There were 333 players that fit in that bucket. And Alontae Taylor was 295. He was graded at 295.
Oh, that seems poor.
It's not good. For those keeping track at home, there are 32 teams.
Yeah.
So
trying to do quick math here, and it seems right. Bad.
And Marshawn Lattimore is one of the best. He's going to be covering Pittman. Demario Davis and the Honey Badger are going to be on the tight ends. Like it's the perfect setup for this guy down. So if it fails, at least we knew that the process was right.
Right. Can't blame the process. Can only blame the results. Dan wants to know, is Trey McBride a trap play? I hope not, Dan, because when I sent you my lineups today, they were full of Trey McBride.
Yeah, he's not a trap play in redraft. Maybe in DFS. My advice to people that play a lot of DFS is take your McBride lineups, take your favorite McBride lineups and make that same lineup with Connor Hayward, because that's going to be, it's a very similar priced player. He ran 28 of 29 routes last week, and everyone's going to be on McBride. And if Hayward outplays McBride just slightly, just a couple more catches or whatever it is, then you're going to have a guy that's much lower rostered at the same price. And that could be the difference between you winning $1 million or somebody else winning.
We have some breaking news, Coop.
Ooh, what do you got?
Adam Schefter has just tweeted that Patrick Mahomes has been added to the team's injury report today with an illness, still expected to play.
Okay. I mean, teams, I swear, with this Bijan business,
right?
You're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see a lot more
teams. Walks in the lineup, itching his eye a little bit. He's like, you okay? Yeah.
I'll tell you, because what's going to happen here is what happened with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin did this once before with Ben Roethlisberger, where Big Ben had an elbow issue and they didn't report it at all. And then Big Ben not only didn't play, but they put him on the IR, and they fined Tomlin himself like $100,000.
Yeah.
So now coaches are sitting there and saying, I can't afford that.
Everybody Tom Brady was on the injury report for 8 years.
8 years. Yeah.
So,
Then now teams are looking at this Bijan situation. They're saying, okay, if there's any chance this guy can't go,
yeah.
we're just going to say he's
No one
questionable.
sees
What's
him
the harm?
he's on with an illness. So,
Yeah,
but
what's
just
the
saying, it's Patrick Mahomes. Had to bring it up. Is officially on the injury report today with an illness. Still expected to play. Hey, Jordan had a good flu game. Tom Brady had a flu game. So anything's possible here.
Howard Bender's solo show on the airwaves flu game, dude.
Yeah,
One of the greatest shows I've ever heard.
And Dunn wants to know Pitts, Commander McBride.
Pitts, Commander. It's still Pitts. Here's the thing with Komet that you have to be very careful with. Last week against the Raiders, they asked him to block on 8 pass plays. 8, right? And that was because of Max Crosby. Now he's going up against a team that has Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. And then next week he's going up against I think he's going up against the Saints, right? So like this is a guy that they when there's any sort of pressure, they say, hey, why don't you help out? Because their left tackle's been banged up all year. So be very careful with Cole Kmet. I have him ranked Pitts, McBride, Kmet.
Brian here wants to know Palmer or Thomas.
Michael Thomas, man. He gets 8-9 targets a game. He's been crazy consistent. In 7 games, right? You look at his yardage. I was looking at it earlier. It's like his lowest game is 42 yards, but his highest is 65. Right. 7 straight games, somewhere just 40 to 60 and a bunch of receptions. I'll take it from Michael Thomas.
Yep. And got a battle of backups, potentially backups. Roshan or Singletary in the PPR.
Am I crazy to think maybe Singletary got I'm not sure if the hot hand can cool off during the bye week, but he had the hot hand the last time they played, John.
Listen, a Texans running back is probably going to score a touchdown today.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the balls to play one of them, go for it.
Right? Hot hand. Ride the hot hand, Singletary. It's kind of DeMeco Ryans and Brandon and Bobby Slowick. They come from Kyle Shanahan's hot hand coaching tree. Yeah. So they're not afraid to start.
You said it from the beginning. Singletary's a better pass blocker, and then if he just starts becoming the better runner, Pierce doesn't see the field anymore.
That's very careful.
Just the way it goes. Kyle Shanahan, what was it? Mostert basically won them a Super Bowl, and then the next year didn't have a job. So, right. They do not care.
Don't care
who you're at. Mitchell's the next guy. Well, they move around. Grape Slush here in the chat. Love that.
Nice.
Half PBR, Pittman, Hunt, or Sanders here.
I don't like the matchup for Pittman, but he still plays every damn snap. So I think I'm going to start Pittman here. Pittman leads the entire league. I'm fairly confident in snap share and route participation. It's literally 99%. His route participation might be 100. So I'm still going to start Pittman even with a tough matchup.
Yeah, Pittman works for me. Sanders would be my next guy, though. I put Hunt last on that group.
I'm rooting for Sanders, but it's just
he's still going to get passing game work. That's why I don't mind him.
I just don't know if a groin injury goes away because you hung out and played video games for a week.
Never know. Most of Bijan on the PPR.
Mostert's dealing with the ankle. I think I'm going with Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan still catches the football. So
yeah, he does.
Mass wants to know, we're low on Pierce. Would you start Rice over Pierce in a flex? I would.
Yeah, for sure. Rice is going to score another touchdown today.
Hopeful. Am still says he traded Walker for Puka in a first. Kind of like that, probably. Kenneth Walker for Puka in a first. Not bad. And here, one running back, one flex. Javonte, Miles, Pickens, O'Shea, Dante, and Higgins.
I like Deontay Johnson today a lot. I mean, he came back and he looked like Deontay Johnson. Caught 6 balls. I mean, what more can you ask for? Who do you like? Higgins, I'm a little worried about the ribs, man.
I'm not doing Higgins. I get that I heard Howard, obviously, on the XM show. He put it in the playbook, the perception versus reality on the 49ers defense here. But Joe Burrow has still looked like trash for the season. So, I'm not going to trust the number 2 wide receiver in an offense with a quarterback that doesn't seem to be 100% in anything like that.
And Higgins, he last time, because he's got the ribs, they supplemented him with Trent Irwin. It wasn't full. He didn't play the full game like he usually does. He played half the game. So you have to be careful. I know they came off the bye week, but
sorry, what running back did you go with, Javonte or Miles there?
Javonte.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Miles, man. It's so hard to trust him, dude. And the coach came out and said that it's going to be a split. That's what scares me.
A split by which direction?
He said that Miles. He basically said they asked him.
They were kind of already sharing snaps, anyways.
Well, yeah, that's what we got going on. But like, I know that Andy Dalton threw the ball 9 times to Miles Sanders, but I'm not sure that Bryce Young is going to do that. So I'm scared. That's
Okay.
it. I have Miles Sanders on a lot of teams. I have him in a lot of lineups. I'm rooting for him, but I just think that there are other plays that are a little safer.
JSN or Judy?
Whew. That is a tough one. I think I'm going to start Judy though against
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna go
Chiefs.
Judy. Not gonna do the Browns matchup.
Yeah, if Lockett were out, then we'd be talking. But Lockett is he never sits out, even when he's hurt. This guy's missed like 1 game in his career.
He went to a hospital after a game. Like
Yeah. Straight to the hospital from the 49ers game and then played the next week.
and
did nothing. But like
stayed in the hospital, stayed overnight in the hospital, and then still came back.
Ultimate tough guy, dude.
Yeah. Pickett or Tyrod, and then Howell or Carr. I guess I'll take this one. We're gonna go Pickett and Carr today.
That's right. I know that's right, but I just like Tyrod, man. In Rod, we trust, baby.
I heard.
But Pickett and Carr is the answer. That is the correct answer.
Is Jerome Ford playing? We do not know.
I wish we knew him still. I wish I knew.
If you have him, find a replacement, but otherwise probably can't play him without. I'll say this: all week they go from him being a 1 to 2 week injury, and then he's out there on Thursday running rope drills and looking great, right? Like so. It probably feels better than not, but they did elevate a running back off their practice squad, so that's why I'm a little nervous on that one. George wants to know 2 running backs and a flex and a half PPR. Thomas Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams. Aaron Jones, another running back where they said isn't yet 100%. So a little worried when it comes to Jones there, but would you take a less than 100% Aaron Jones or a Jonathan Taylor versus the Saints?
Yeah, because we're locking in Pacheco and Adams.
We're locking in Pacheco and Monday Adams.
I just don't like the matchup with the Saints for JT. Like, even if they say Zach Moss is out, I mean, what is that? How far does it move the needle? Like, it's not like, oh, this is a great matchup and now he's getting the full workload. It's like teams haven't been running well on the Saints. So
I agree with you. I will say that I would love to see, and here we go, Heather right now, our producer, Mostert, Michael Thomas, Curtis Samuel, and Zach Moss are all officially active. So
thank you, Heather. Appreciate you.
Solves that for us there. We're going to go Aaron Jones over JT here. Nobody major inactive quite yet, but we'll get the inactives. We're all getting loaded up into Fantasy Alarm right now. We'll have those for you in a few moments. Tom wants to know, pick 2 in PPR, Taylor, Gibbs, Kamara, and Robinson. Definitely Alvin Kamara. I don't even know why that's a question at this point. Right. Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson for you here, Coop.
So, that's the thing. We're getting a lot of Alvin Kamara questions today.
I feel like they're just giving us the list, but like, I hope you don't really need to know whether or not to play Alvin Kamara.
He's played 4 games, and in 2 of those games, he has double-digit receptions.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start Alvin Kamara no matter what. And I think I'm going to start Bijan, but Gibbs, man, he got every meaningful touch last week.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Jahmyr Gibbs here, to be honest.
Okay, Gibbs and Kamara. No, I'm
Kamara for me.
I think I quietly just sold myself. Like, as I was saying it out loud, I changed my own mind. So I got to update my own rankings on the website. I'm gonna update.
Yeah,
I think I have Bijan ahead. I got to move Gibbs ahead of Bijan, I think.
All right, we got a question here. So Chuck hit enter too soon. So I'll go back to Sean in a moment. Here's Chuck's question. Need 2: Stevenson, Sanders, Foreman, Najee, or Hubbard. Our guy Justin Vreeland wrote up some good things on Ramondre Stevenson and the running back coach this week. Bender then put him in the playbook. Pass catching work for Ramondre's looked good. Miami defense in general, not really great at all. First run or the pass. Thoughts here on the running back question, Coop?
Yeah, I think it's Stevenson, and then I think I'm going to go Miles Sanders. With Najee Harris, the Jaguars are actually good against the run, but they give up a ton of receptions to the running backs. I would not be surprised if Jaylen Warren actually outscored Najee Harris today. So
it's been trending that way, right? At some point, it's going to happen. Najee still has the snap share, but so you went Miles Sanders and Ramondre here.
Yep.
Okay. Elliot wants to know Hopkins, Watson, or Pearson, a PPR flex. I mean, I would love to go Levis with the quarterback for the whole game.
Yeah, I would got to go Watson, man. I'm worried that what's going to happen here is the Panthers are going to get sorry, not the Panthers. The Titans are going to get down to the goal line, and we're going to see a Malik Willis Wildcat rushing touchdown.
Well, that would be a monster upset since you have Derrick Henry, but
I know. I'm
Could
telling you, they're
happen.
gonna do it.
At
And
that point, they usually just do the Wildcat with Henry, to be honest with you. They generally run
but they want to let both guys play, blah blah blah. And I'm telling you, if you're Malik Willis and you get down and you're only gonna get like 10 plays, I know what I would do.
You're keeping it.
I'm calling my number. Yeah. I'll tell you, they used to call we had this play called Waggle in high school where it was like a rollout, right? I'm telling you, they had to be wide open for me not to say number 12 is running this one because I didn't get many chances to run. Let's just put it that way.
Mark wants to know, expanding on the question earlier, which two do you start in PPR? So you added more players to this list, I guess. So Sanders, Gus Edwards, Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, Roshan, or Justice Hill.
What a collection of misfit toys you have there.
I mean, great waiver wire claims, I would assume here. Tajay, Roshan, maybe Hill.
I like Gus today. Gus is a play I like today. He gets a lot of work in these positive game scripts, and we expect them to crush the card. We expect the Cardinals to get crushed today.
If you like your 7 points today, you can go Gus Edwards and Miles Sanders. That's fine.
Don't you say that about my
I'm just saying, dude. That's basically all he gets if he doesn't score.
Run Brian Robinson up against the Eagles. See how that works out for you.
Listen, I'm not saying that he's great either. He does catch football a little bit. Cousins or Stroud? I'm going to go Stroud here. But listen, I am probably overly bullish on Stroud today, but I'm going Stroud. That's where I'm at. I'm not gonna tempt that fate there. Here's a tough one: Pierce or Harris?
Gross. I'm still going Najee Harris. I'm terrified of Dameon Pierce.
I agree with you. Bender giving us some clout. Thanks, Howard.
What up, brother?
Nick wants to know: would you trade in a 14-team half PPR? Mm-hmm. Ridley, which is a first-round keeper value for Breece Hall. Would you trade Ridley for Breece Hall?
Yes,
I would.
Straight up.
Yeah, take the running back. 100%.
Breece Hall's back, and he's been awesome. And hold
on. He mistyped. Ridley is a last round keeper. So would you trade Ridley as a last round keeper for Breece Hall, a first round keeper? In that case, I would keep Ridley.
And it depends. Is your team set to win this year? Like, are you in a position to win? If I don't care about keepers, to be honest. I care about winning the league. So, like, I'm not going to trade Ridley for Breece Hall right now.
Sure.
The way Breece Hall is playing.
So you're saying you need Breece Hall. If you need Breece Hall to win this year.
Yeah. If your team is like 1-6, then you start caring about keepers. I'm not making any trades with keepers in mind. I'm making trades with winning this year in mind. If my team stinks, then I'll start worrying about next year. But don't worry about keepers right now.
Sure. Keith, PPR or not PPR, Pittman, Amari Cooper, Drake London needing 2, already playing Josh Downs. Need 2 in a flex, so we're sitting 1.
Well, so finally we have a chance to
needing a wide receiver and 2 and a flex. So we're sitting 1. Pittman, Amari, or London.
Finally have a chance to say that I really do like Drake London this week, going up against the Titans. I think the Titans are still pretty good against the run. I think there's a good opportunity today for Drake London. And I think we're going to, since you have the luxury of doing it, I think I would sit Pittman against Marshawn Lattimore and start Amari Cooper. PJ Walker's not that bad.
Yeah, that's fine. I like that. Bender, Purdy, Love, or Secret Bajan, man?
That's a question for you, John.
I'm going Love.
Yeah, it's Love.
I'm going to go Bajan.
I'm really worried about Purdy with no Trent Williams.
Yeah, I'm not trusting Bajan there at all.
No way.
Half PPR, Pittman, Higgins, Cooper, Rice, and Bourne.
Well, no, you don't need to start Higgins, that's for sure. You're only starting one of those guys. Is it Kendrick Bourne, John?
Half PPR. No, I think I'm starting Rice still. I don't know. How worried am I about the Mahomes news? I guess I don't know.
How sick can he be?
We had another person type in to say Deanna Rossini said he's dealing with flu-like symptoms.
You could be pretty sick then.
Could be pretty sick. Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Amari Cooper. Trevor or Jimmy G? Gonna go Trevor here.
Trevor.
He needs 2 actually in this one. So Cooper and Bourne.
Yeah, I like Bourne. I like every opportunity to get Bourne in there. You can do.
Yep. Playing against the top team in a non-PPR, need 1 of Smith, Flowers, DK, and Nico. I think we go Nico here.
We love Nico this week.
We do.
They're missing all their corners. They're missing all their corners and safeties. It's like that team, the Panthers defense is going to be bad today.
Sarah, good morning, Sarah. Needs 2.
Sarah,
Nico, Wilson, Judy, or Calvin. Definitely going Nico.
Nico
What's our wide receiver 2 here, Coop?
Nico and Calvin, man. We're in on Calvin this week. This is Calvin week.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Ryan wants to know, Smith has killed me on my bench. Do I need Smith, DJ, or Terry? Need 2. Devonta Smith, Deontay Johnson, or Terry McLaurin today.
Let's start. It's Deontay Johnson or is it DJ Moore?
Oh, yeah.
If it's Deontay Johnson,
I guess it could be DJ Moore. I was thinking Deontay Johnson. Ryan, let us know who it is here. We'll go back to you. If you're still watching, throw your question back in.
If it's DJ Moore, I'm benching DJ Moore though. Like all this Tyson.
You play Terry McLaurin against the Eagles defense though?
Tyson Bagent though. I mean, like this. You would think this guy threw for 300 yards.
It is DJ Moore. I know. I agree with you.
He threw for 160 yards, John.
It's not great. Terry McLaurin is not great
against the Raiders. He threw for 160 yards against the Raiders. Tyson Bagent. He got a game ball, and they got a game ball.
I know. I'm just saying it's not great for anybody here.
It's definitely Smith. You're playing Smith, so
you're playing Devonta Smith, but he is actually in a terrible spot, Coop. Commanders this year. Again, if you're just looking at DVOA against the wide receivers, they are 28th against wide receiver 1s. Against wide receiver 2s on the year, Coop, they're 7. So
why? It's like switch the corners.
I don't know. Ryan, I'm sorry. This is tough. Go the 2 best players here are Smith and Terry McLaurin. So go with them. And then hope that they can come through for you.
Unless it's Deontay Johnson, then start Deontay Johnson.
He says it's DJ Moore. He followed it up there.
Okay, cool.
QB Whisperer, I guess he's shutting me out. Full PPR. Don't need to know that for a quarterback question. Lawrence owner, bye week next week. So Fields is available. Hey, Russ, Gino, Sam, Kyler, or Carr. I think I actually have Carr for Tyler's bye week in my league. So I like that.
Yeah, Carr's playing the Giants.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh,
Carr's
he's playing
Bears.
I think, or whatever.
Boom.
Yeah.
Lock him in.
Yeah, go Carr. Go
very,
Carr.
very good.
I'm there. Burrow or Purdy? Still worried about Burrow's health, but we don't like Purdy's health either. So I probably go Burrow here.
Burrow.
Yeah. Thomas or Bourne?
Oh man, those are my babies.
From Brian Branch, the safety of the Lions.
What's up, Branch? Give me Michael Thomas, man.
Yeah, I go.
It's he's the boring play, but targets are so consistent. 8 or 9 targets like every week.
Yep. Daggers wants to know Downs, Deontay, Addison need 2 flex 2. Downs, Deontay, or Addison? Definitely Downs. Deontay or Addison for you?
It's half PPR, so I think I might go Addison.
Okay.
I love Deontay though.
A tight end, Mayer or McBride?
Go McBride. Mayer, kind of weird. I mean, they did bench the starters at one point, but Mayer only ran he's still splitting. He's just still not a full-time player. He's still splitting some snaps with Austin Hooper. So give me.
I wish that Garoppolo played last week, so I could have sort of seen the progression of Mayer with Garoppolo.
Right.
But we really don't know yet. Najee Harris, Pierce, Roshan need 1. Probably, I think we said Najee on a similar.
I think we said Najee. Yeah, similar question. So go Najee.
Pierce, Foreman, Downs.
Downs. Let's go, dude. That's Axel Jansen. Axel, what's up, Axel?
More Dubs or Dell for wide receiver 4.
Dell. More Dubs or Dell. Yeah, Dell. Good to see Axel in here, dude. Good to see you, buddy.
Mr. Scamper says, good morning. House is looking to add a QB to cover buys. Minshew versus Carolina or Carr versus Chicago. Still going to go Carr versus Chicago here.
Carr.
Jim wants to know 1 flex, 1 tight end. Waller, Schultz, Warren, Roshan, Dell, McLaughlin. Gonna go Dell here, right? Or you like Waller though a lot, don't you?
Yeah, we like Waller, but he needs a tight end.
All right, yeah, Dell and Waller.
Start Waller against the Jets. Tyrod has looked at him in the end zone 3 times last 2 weeks. So gotta love that. So yeah, Dell and Waller.
And then a defense question. Do we go Miami against the Patriots or Dallas versus the Rams today?
Howard thinks it's a trap week for Dallas.
I know, I heard him. That's a propagandist, that one.
I think I go Miami against the Pats, even though, I mean,
Jalen Ramsey's back. You never know.
Yeah, go Miami against. Also,
all the Patriots did. I was literally listening to the Patriots pregame show here, and they had one of the beat writers, Mike Reese, I think it was, talking about it. and they basically had a meeting with the offensive lineman. They're like, listen, like Michael Wendo, I know that you play this position, but can you play this position instead? He's like, sure. And then they put in Strong and they had him play there. They basically just rebuilt the offensive line with their best offensive lineman instead of caring about who the backup to the left tackle is or the right tackle. And last week, their offensive line played the best they've played all season long. So,
not to mention Dante Scarnecchia was in the house, right?
Yeah,
he was there.
Probably walked by a whiteboard and just started solving problems, you know, like
Google hunting style.
Google hunting style.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. He was there. They inducted him to the Patriots Hall of Fame. 1 hour of Dante Scarnecchia, it can fix a lot.
It really, really can here. So Blase here, pick 2, Olave, Wilson, Flowers, Thielen. Thielen for me for sure.
Locked in.
And then Olave, Wilson, the target share for Olave is insane.
It's wild. He got 15 targets last week.
Yeah.
I feel no need to start Garrett Wilson with those options. So it's either Flowers against the Cardinals or it's Olave. And I think
everybody loves Flowers.
It's got to be Olave, though, I think.
I'm going Olave. Everybody loves Flowers, though. Let's Coop. I want to get your question here quickly before we move on because it confused me a little bit. I was literally up at like 2 a.m. talking to Howard Bender about this. According to draft percentage forecaster that we have over Fantasy Slam, nobody is playing Mark Andrews this week. Everybody is playing Flowers. Now, if you look at fantasy points per game, a lot at the tight end position, Arizona actually looks good. But we talk about this all the time. Those numbers are deceiving because not every team uses a tight end as a primary focus. They rank 23rd in DVOA against the tight end. And really the only number 1 wide receiver that is a tight end they faced so far was Darren Waller. And Darren Waller had a pretty good game against them.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah. I'm in on Mark Andrews today. And if I'm going to get him at 4 or 5%, which is what the draft percentage forecaster was kind of projecting him out to be, I'll take he's the one that scores the touchdowns. It's not Flowers. Flowers only has 1 score this year.
Lock him in. And the reason it is, John, I know why that is. It's because when you look at the slate this week in the app, there's a bunch of good tight ends, high-end tight ends that are playing with the greens, right? Yeah. It's like a mental game where it's like, why am I going to pay up for Andrews when you've got Kittle in this matchup and Goddard with his matchup and Waller versus the Jets, right? So I'm fully with you. I think he could score 2 touchdowns again, just like he did last week, because this Jonathan Gannon defense is the same outside-in defense that we see with the Eagles, right? Yeah. It's the same one we see with the Lions. And with the Lions last week, that's what happened.
Yeah, listen, so I saw that and I was like, all right. He's also the cover of the Contrarian Corner video I put out there for that reason as well.
The Cardinals have been good against the tight end exactly 1 year, and that was when they had Devondre Campbell, the hired gun versus the tight end, who is now with the Packers. That was the 1 year they were good against the tight end. And Isaiah Simmons is playing really well that year too, which now Isaiah Simmons isn't on the team either. And he's, I don't know what happened to him, but he completely fell off. So yeah, the Cardinals, they don't have the personnel. Whereas the Ravens are good versus the tight end, and they haven't really played good tight ends, but I trust Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton to be good. Like we have to actually look at the players, right? So in this case, I think the Ravens are actually good versus the tight end versus the Cardinals are fake good versus the tight end.
Right. Timbuktu says, is Eckler really an RB1? Of course. I know the numbers there, but he's definitely an RB1.
Receptions make the world go round.
McLaurin, Flowers, full PPR. He already playing Lamar and Andrews, but I still think you play Flowers because if they score a passing touchdown, it's one of those 2 guys. Don't sit Flowers and watch him score. So
when you say I'm already playing Lamar and Andrews, what I say to that is congratulations. Like the game has a 45 point over under, and they're 10 like 10.
That didn't hurt you last week, right? So why does it matter this week? Troy just reconfirming here. Mahomes dealing with the flu, but will play. Would you keep Mahomes in DFS or flip him for Lamar or Hurts? So I'll say this. I've made so far 4 DFS lineups, and I have 1 lineup with Mahomes, Lamar, and Hurts. So I am happy doing all of them. Lamar's the chalk. Mahomes now probably goes down to not being rostered probably at all, and Hurts gets the roster shit that Mahomes had. So if you are okay with risk, still play Mahomes here. Yeah. If you want to use some risk aversion, probably just play Hurts.
There are 5 quarterbacks I'm using. I did the same thing as you did, John. Three elite guys, and then we're starting. You gotta make Stroud, and go name the other one.
I'm playing Ritter.
I'm doing Derek Carr.
Okay. I got Ritter as my other one. Again, going up against Tennessee, I think there's some potential for that one there. Yep. I think we answered this one already. Pierce. Would you start Pierce over Taylor or Jacobs today? No,
Jacobs.
No, play Jacobs.
Start Taylor and Jacobs,
Yeah. Do not start Pierce over them. Skinny. Yeah. Can we get the like button? Thank you, Skinny.
What the heck? What is the like button broken?
Seriously,
on,
if you're
guys.
not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? We do shows every single day. We do 2 live streams on Sunday. I mean, like and subscribe to the channel. Help us out here, friends. We're here every Sunday answering your questions all day long. Sean 123. I feel like I missed your question earlier. I apologize because we had a half a question thrown in there, and then I missed it. So Sean, I'll go back to it. Sean, right here, full PPR: Flowers, Addison, Henderson, or Hunt.
Oh boy, a wide receiver and a flex. Okay, so I'm starting Zay Flowers against the Cardinals, and then I'm starting Darrell Henderson, and we got to fly through questions.
Yeah, we're gonna go quick. So you're not gonna go Addison and Flowers? I'm gonna go Addison and Flowers here.
Yeah, we could also go past. I don't know about you, John.
A little bit later.
I can stay a little later if we have to.
Yeah.
Let's make sure everything gets answered.
Timbuktu, which 2 RBs to start? Kamara, Walker, Eckler, Taylor. Definitely Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm still playing Eckler there. So
yeah, Kamara and Eckler, awesome. That's amazing.
That's exactly where I'm going here. Let's see. There, Sean. This is one we just answered. Apologize for skipping that one earlier. Fuzzy wants to know: pick one, Kirk or Javonte.
Christian Kirk or Javonte? I think I'd start Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I gotta go Kirk, and then Hollywood Brown, Rice, or Downs. We're going Downs here.
Damn, we are going Downs, dude. I'm Downs committed. Although I do like Marquise Brown revenge game today.
Yeah,
but it's Downs. It's Downs.
Coulter says his dad has a question for him. Wants to know: would you start Mixon or Ramondre?
I think I'm still going to start Mixon, man. I don't like that Zeke is like the goal line back now. I think Mixon's going to be just fine today.
Yep. Better cast in chat. Austin Eckler over 49.5 rushing yards today, Coop.
Over.
It feels over, but he hasn't really ran the ball that well.
He hasn't really ran the ball his entire career, to be honest.
That's also fair.
But it's the Bears.
Twitch gang's in here with a whole bunch of
dude. Is this the first Twitch question, man? Where's Twitch gang been at?
I'm not really sure what's going on. He's just typing a whole bunch of random letters in the chat. He said something about Dolphins though. So, anyways, this is Daniel. He wants to know Jones, Pittman, Higgins, Sanders, or Rice and a half PPR.
I like Aaron Jones, man. You have to go Jones over Sanders. If they're both going to get partial snap shares, you just got to start the better player. And then it's just one, Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Timbuktu says he's too RB heavy. You need to drop for the season. Don't. It doesn't matter if your league sucks at trading. Find a way to trade. You're not dropping Swift, Taylor.
Do not drop any of those players. Do not drop any of those players.
You're just giving a free player to somebody. So, make a trade. Somebody in your league needs a running back at this point. You got to be kidding me.
Instead of dropping a guy, I don't care how much you have to lose the trade by, right? Like, if you're getting a player back that's better than one on waivers, then you're making a positive play. Right. So even if you got to trade Swift for, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to go trade Swift for Jamar Chase, right? If your wide receiver 2 is player X, you can trade Swift for a lesser wide receiver as long as that wide receiver is better than X. So
right, better than whatever's on the waiver, right? Like Kendrick Bourne, right? It doesn't matter as long as you're making a positive move.
Agreed. What is this one? Smoking a Cat, Brees Hall, Pacheco, Chase and Cup for TDs. Is just a question prop here? Not really sure what that is. They're smoking
touchdown bets,
maybe. GD Sports, Chiefs D in the snow or Atlanta D. I'm still going Atlanta D. There's no snow in Denver, man. Just cold.
Atlanta's going up against what's basically rookie Jay Cutler.
Yeah,
Will Levis.
Or Malik Willis. Yeah. I got Chris in the chat. My friend, I'll answer this so you can tell me what goalie to play in NHL DFS today. So you let me know what goalie I can play this today, and then we'll help you out here. Wilson, Moore, Kirk, McLaurin. Need 3. So which 3 are we going here? Kirk, Wilson, and then it's Moore or McLaurin, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm going to start McLaurin against the Eagles, dude.
Yeah, so it's DJ Moore, Bajan, man. We've done this one before. DJ Moore or McLaurin. I think we went McLaurin in the previous question. So Wilson, Kirk, and McLaurin, and then we need already has Ramondre Stevenson. Okay, so start Ramondre in your flex, go Wilson and Kirk. Yep. So Wilson, Kirk, and Ramondre. And then Chris, let me know what goalie to play today. I played your Canadians goalie last night. Didn't do me too well. Goff or Lawrence. Today I'm going to go Trevor.
Yep.
Mile High Luke wants to know Wilson, Myers, Cooper, or Deontay Johnson start 2.
Myers and Deontay Johnson. It's full PPR.
Yep. Twitch gang here. Give us a little shout out.
There we go. Twitch gang, baby. Let's go, dude.
He says, Trey McBride at $2,800 is easy value here.
Easy. And I'll tell you what, Air Jordan, do yourself a favor. If you're a guy that makes multiple lineups, take your Trey McBride lineup and make the exact same lineup, but use Connor Hayward, because Trey McBride is going to be very highly rostered. Connor Hayward at 2,600, same price, $10 on Yahoo, which is the bare minimum. They dropped back 29 times last week, and he ran 28 routes. Connor Hayward is in the Pat Freiermuth role, and I don't see why. I like McBride better, but I don't see why Hayward could sneakily have a better game. And now your lineup, if somebody has the exact same lineup with Trey McBride, now you beat them, because Connor Hayward.
And you're saving $200, which sometimes is enough to get you that player there. Arnold wants to know, Goff or Burrow? I'm going to go Burrow here.
Yep.
And then Stroud or Burrow? Stroud, Carr, or Russ, Carr. So Stroud and Carr for me.
Stroud and Carr, yep, agreed.
Yep. And then last question of the day here, everybody, GD Sports, pick one. Flowers, Moore, or Ridley? You can go Flowers.
Flowers, yep.
All right, guys, that is it for today's show. If you want to get more questions in, I got a great deal for you guys. Sign up. Become a member of the Fantasy Alarm family right now. Our all-pro subscription package. You get $100 off the annual package when you go to fantasyalarm.com/lock. Use promo code LOCK at checkout or scan the QR code here on the screen. You get everything we do on site for less than $16 a month. And you get access to our premium Discord where myself, Andrew Cooper, Howard Bender, and the rest of the crew is in there answering your questions up until lineup block. But you got to be a member of the family to get in on the action. This covers not only your NFL DFS, but your MLB, NBA, NHL, MMA, PGA. We cover it. You get access to it right now. Scan the QR code or go to fantasyalarm.com/lock, promo code LOCK. Got $100 off the annual subscription package. If you go month to month, you're paying about $40 a month, or you can buy the annual package and get it for less than $16 a month. So sign up today, and become a member of the Fantasy Alarm family. For Coop and I, we'll be back next week, getting you guys ready for week 9. For now, we will catch you guys later.